Hey learners, welcome back. In the video series of chapter 1, that is financial statements of companies, today we shall learn the remaining subheadings of current assets. That is, we shall learn about cash and cash equivalents, short-term loans and advances, and other current assets. With this, we'll finish off learning about the asset side of the balance sheet. The fourth subheading, as you all can see, is cash and cash equivalents. What are cash and cash equivalents? Cash and cash equivalents refers to those items which are actually cash or those items which are highly liquidable, which has a high liquidity and can be converted into cash within a period of 3 months. Clear? What are the examples? Balances with bank, that means my bank balance, that is itself cash. Simple language, if I say, it's not actually cash, but my cash is deposited in my bank balance. Clear? Checks. Whenever I have checks, I want to get cash that can be easily converted into cash. Checks. Then we have drafts. Drafts are also easily converted into cash. If I get a draft from someone, I go to a bank, I get that discounted, I will get the cash in return. Cash in hand is actual cash. Treasury bills, government bills. What are treasury bills? They are what? They are the money market instruments which is issued by the government, okay, as a promissory note, and then whenever you want you can get it repaid at a later date. That is what is treasury bills. Okay, so by this we are done with the cash and cash equivalent. That is the fourth subheading under the current assets, right? Let's move forward. Next is the fifth subheading, that is short-term loans and advances. I've already told you anything which is short-term means that we are talking about the period within 12 months. So very simple, just the opposite of long-term loans and advances. The loans or the advances or the deposits that which we make and we know we are going to get it back within 12 months, that is called as short-term loans and advances. Very simple. See, these are the loans and advances which are expected to be realized within 12 months from the date of balance sheet or within the operating cycle of the business. Clear? Very simple. Next and the last subheading is other current assets. Now, other current assets means all items which are not perfectly suitable enough to fit any of the above subheadings, means the leftover items which is either not in option A, not in option B, not C, not D, not E. Where will they come? They will come under F. That is, they will come under other current assets. What are the examples? See, prepaid expenses. Then we have dividend receivable, interest accrued on investments, advance tax. Okay, if these items are to be written off within a period of 12 months from the date of the balance sheet, they will fall under the subheading of other current assets. Clear? Very simple. It's written, see. They do not fit into any other asset categories such as prepaid expenses, dividend receivable, interest accrued on investments, advance tax, and etc. Let's discuss these items one by one in case I think some of you will have confusion. So it's better we discuss them. First we have prepaid expenses. What are prepaid expenses? Means if a company has paid in advance for any of its expenses, then definitely that is an asset. Where it will come? It will come under other current assets. Okay. Next is dividend receivable. Dividend receivable means the company is supposed to receive dividend from somewhere else, but still it has not received. So that's an asset. Which type of asset? Current assets. Furthermore, if we specify, it is other current assets, right? Interest accrued on investments, same thing. If on investments the company is liable to get certain interests, till now it has not got the interest, that means the interest is accrued, the interest is outstanding. Okay. Advance tax, the company has paid advance tax and that's it. Clear? So if these items comes in your exam, then you should always be capable enough to say that these are other current assets. Clear? Okay, so by this we finish off with the discussion onto the heading of current assets.